Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another scene of Living World of Darkness and Rage Across New York. This scene we start with Robin, and I now realize I forgot to roll my nightmare, so I'm gonna do that real quick. With Robin walking around in the Umbra, despite the fact that it's rather difficult for her to, you know, get into the Umbra since she's not really used to that and is a hermit. She realizes that this is a part of Garu life that she has not really explored yet. So yeah, she well looks very tired apparently, um, but nevertheless decides that yeah, today would be probably a good day to get into the Umbra, start exploring that a little bit, on Sept, of course. So she's wandering around, looking kind of amazed at the different kind of spirits that there are. And it's like every time she's in the Umbra, she sees something new, something she hasn't seen yet. Um, so she's studying this trash spirit that's kind of like, bumblefucking its way through the Sept, kind of jumping and almost dancing from like trash can to trash can. Um, and R- Robin is kind of following it curiously.
The trash spirit kind of moves towards the training grounds where you see an individual who has this large bow. She is holding the bow and like she releases the arrow, and you hear the voice like pew, tick, and she hits the let's just say one of the wooden training dummies, and she kind of like turns slowly towards the Robin. Her eyes kind of gets narrowed because Robin is bleeding. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Robin. As soon as like Robin notices that she's being noticed. She'll she'll kneel.
You see her nose kind of like gets twitched as she like smells, and then she says, "Hey,
Hello.
how are you?"
I am fine. Thank you for asking. Robin says from like the still kneeling position that she's in. How
"You-
is your day, Raya?
I am quite fine. Why don't you get up?
Yes, Raya.
You don't need to call me that. It's fine. Are you a cub?
Yes.
Okay. I am Apollo's aim, Hamid Foster, and Rune of the Black Furies." As she like makes a gesture, she nods her head.
Well, hello, Apollo's aim. I am Robin Clay. Um, Homid Galliard Cub.
From the blood of the Silverfangs, it seems.
Yes, indeed. My cousin is Jacob Clay.
The master of challenges.
Yes.
I wish to meet with the honored elder one day.
Robin kind of smirks because, yeah, she remembers the time that, she and Jacob were probably like, uh, in a kiddie pool together and stuff like that. So it kind of sounds, it still sounds weird when someone says, you know, honored elder, because that's not necessarily how she sees Jacob. So yeah, there's a smirk on her face as that's being said, but she composes herself fairly quickly.
She looks and then says, "So you were there when the cubs were captured.
Yes, yes, I was.
I hope they didn't do anything to you."
No, no, your charge, uh, Snowflake. He got out of his bonds pretty fast and managed to release me, and from there on, we could release both Garm and the Dem father.
I hope the damn father is also okay. He looked pretty angry.
I I must say I've not spoken with him since, but I can imagine that he would get quite angry over such a thing.
She nods. I hope you will investigate this problem in the future.
I hope so too.
Have you ever shoot something with a bow?
I can't say that I have, no.
Would you like to try?
Um, yes, sure.
Come.
Okay. And she'll walk up.
You walk up and like she says, like, come in, which is like, to her personal space.
Hmm.
And then she holds the bow in front of you with her hand and like shows you like, this is where you hold it and then gives it to her.
Yeah. And Robin goes through the like she actually takes the time to wipe blood, kind of spirit heritage blood off her hand before she takes the bow, and we'll try and copy the yeah, the stance that Apollo's aim is showing her.
The You see she gives the one of the arrows to her hand, and then like she basically like touches your shoulder, says like, look like this, look through there. One eye in here, the other eye is gonna try to focus the other side. Try your best. The Your knees needs to be more straighter. Like she gives like this um explanations, and then she says you can release when you want to.
Okay, so yeah, Robin tries to, aim for one of the training dummies. English. Blah. And
The
yeah, she'll release.
You release the bow kind of goes and touches the arm, but then falls like like it doesn't fall, but like it touches the arm, but it doesn't enter. It then like falls to back of the training dummy,
Hmm.
and she says, "Not bad."
Robin will actually kind of rub the arm with which she held the bow, because it is like a typical beginner's error is that you release wrong, and then
Hmm.
the string of the bow kind of hits your lower arm, but quite a quite a force behind it. So she looks rather painful. She has a rather painful expression on her face as she studies that arm. And then kind of looks at where the arrow has landed, and yeah, she herself kind of looks impressed because she did not expect to actually get that far.
Hmm. So, which tribe you think you will join?
Oh, I'm still learning about the different tribes that there are, but I do intend to go and become a silver fang like my cousin. But I do want to keep my options open, and as I said, I'm trying to study as much of every tribe as I can.
So, you want to join the kings of the old?
Yes,
She nods. What did you heard about the defenders of the weak then?
the defenders of the week.
Uh, One of the names used to be called for Black Furies. It's weird, but I the story was told to me by my mother. Yes, I know, don't worry. Oh, I'll see. Have you heard nothing about us? As she like kind of looks with her eyes.
I mean, I know that the Black Furies value the strength of women, and that Pegasus is their totem spirit. But I have not had the pleasure of meeting a Black Fury yet.
Okay. The legend says that the in early times we were gathered by the moon goddess Luna, the incarnation of the Greek goddess Artemis, and we were appointed to protect protectors of the wild.
Wild, like
Yes,
from the Triad.
exactly. The first pack of us, Black Furies, the Meduswae, is I can't see say that word, embodied the five auspices, and they saw themselves as the unconscious hand of Gaia. They settled in the territories around the Aegean Sea. This is, she kind of smiles, the old stories that I heard from my mother, actually. Our homeland is, pardon, our lands are usually around the Aegean Sea. The You were right regarding the women's rights and how we care about strong women, but the, there is a misunderstanding. Us Black Furies, we care about the motherhood more. It is more important in some places, especially from where I come from. It is even seized as a status. For example, I'm called maiden
Because you have not given birth yet, or is there another meaning behind the title?
just because I did not have given any birth yet.
I see.
The age is very important, but the child, giving a birth is more. The way we see the litany is different than the Get a Ferris or many other tribes who is based on Europe. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you. The we are mm, we're not just men hating Amazons. The honor, wisdom, and fierce skills in battle is all welcomed.
Yet I've heard you do not allow men into your tribe.
Only the metis ones.
Hmm.
There are many metis black furies who are male.
Mm. Why not regular men? Who might or lupus born men?
Some old stuff. I said I didn't question it that much. Oh, see, I don't fucking remember. Do you know why?
No. Dude, you're the SD,
I forget it. God damn it! I'm a human being, Saskia.
It's fine, it's fine.
She says, it's old legends. I still don't remember at the moment, but I think it is regarding Pegasus.
Perhaps an old spirit deal.
Maybe, but I have to tell you, the old everybody you meet from the tribes will tell you about their tribes, but many individuals in tribes sees their tribes differently. That exist among us as well. The I come from England, where our people were very um, living together with Bonars and Glasswalkers to fight with the Weavers' influence in the cities. We were in a Bonar sept, and we were in many conflict with the Glasswalkers. When I say conflict, we weren't just killing each other. Mostly it was conflicts, but the Bonars holded us down. Um, there are many Black Furies who tries to work in a city to reduce the uh, problem that is caused by men, the system that puts women in places that women does not wish to be.
I see. As Robin nods. I mean, she is. She kind of understands what Apollo's aim is like, saying because yeah, although she's only a student or was only a student, she she does know about like difference between male and women professionally.
The and like for example, biggest one of the differences comes from even mother to daughter. My mother is a church,
Hmm.
and she always said that we should be more compromising and we should be persuading towards the men who tries to change the system in their favor, while I said that we should use the different and more blunt tactics like intimidation. There are many men, in my opinion, who is okay with working, being, having equal rights with women's, those who tries to put us in places, in my opinion, doesn't deserve compromises because they had the chance of compromise. But again, this is one of the basic um, one of the basic disagreements. I also know we see things a bit differently than other tribes regarding litany.
Oh,
Protecting helpless is an honor. Wouldn't you agree?
I mean, I realize that part of the litany is that we do not suffer other people's weaknesses, but I mean, I doubt. I think there would be a difference between people being helpless, like children, or people who just simply don't know, and people who are willfully weak.
I
There are
took
those who keep themselves ignorant, and therefore, I think those are indeed people that I would not. I would consider the litany to be valid. If you prefer to stay blind instead of opening your eyes, that's a choice. Yet, if you don't know how to open them, then you need teachings, but also protection. As a cub, I don't know a lot yet, but that's why I'm being protected here on Sept and by those of higher ranks.
Do you know what Stone of Scorn is?
No,
It is a
actually,
punish.
yes, I do know. Yeah, Jacob told me about it.
It's a punishment, right?
Hmm.
When you make mistakes regarding litany, when you do something that is not okay regarding certain views, or when you break the litany in minor ways, you suffer this right.
Yes,
There was a Shadow Lord Elder in the Athens. I defended weak. He put a stone in my mouth, told me to bite it.
I see.
I did the honorable thing. I did what I believed, what I see as what we defend, but that doesn't always agreed by other tribes. This is something you may see in many different tribes because Child of Gaia also has different things they say regarding the way they see litany, or Bonars, or Glasswalkers.
I mean, I think that is for every tribe, right? That's why there are different tribes because we all see things
Completely,
slightly differently.
completely. But for us, for some of us, defending the weak is an honor. My mother were looking very not happy when I took that punishment. Um, Robin, you have psychology,
Hmm.
right?
Oh yeah.
Mother to daughter relationship is very important
Hmm.
in Blackfear. You get that from her things that she says.
Yeah.
Like she was first telling you the mother dot like what she heard from her mother, and then how her mother sees and daughter sees different things, and then how her mother is not really happy with she. So you kind of realize, yeah, like there's this like weird emphasis on the mother and daughter relationship as well.
Hmm.
Would you suffer a woman being, let's just say, someone just like did
Robin rolls her eyes like as an appearance for a character
Hmm.
or person. She probably has had this many times. And she says, well, it's sometimes difficult to ignore it. And I found that I often found myself calling, well, calling the people who did that, who whistled out, if they like whistled at my friend, I often got angry. Though I will admit that I did sometimes use, well, people like those people, who, those men, to fetch me
Use.
coffee on campus. There were always, there's always someone that, it may sound a
Interested.
bit bad, but I figured if they do the bad first, at least they can pay me back by getting coffee for me.
What did you study?
I studied psychology.
She nods. I'm not well versed in spirits.
Hmm. Neither am I.
But a woman's blood is not a curse. There's a saying regarding that. And it's a blessing. It's a sign of Gaia favors which raises women above men. Some say, or some say that it favors the woman. Among others, who will the others will look at them for being saved. This comes with it's an emphasis to ability to give life, which comes with price, shedding blood and bearing pain. There's a spirit called Haima, the Red Mothers. The image of the spirit is that the pool of blood sometimes his manifestation is like this ghostly woman cloaked in red mist. I have seen it once. It healed me. You have some connection to that spirit, and I think
Robin looks down at her, yeah, at herself and at the blood. I see. Um, it's not that I'm not grateful for that, if it's a positive thing, but I wish it was a little bit less apparent. I feel
it
like a
is a
circus freak when I walk here.
it is a great honor.
Do you know why? Why would it doesn't make sense?
Why?
Uh, well, I don't know a lot about spirits, but there are certain roots, and I'm Silverfang born, but I'm pretty sure this Haima would not be a Silverfang spirit, not be a Falcon's brood.
My father is a children of Gaiakin. Political marriage happens between the tribes all the time.
I see. So there's probably some Black Fury blood in me as well.
Maybe, maybe just the spirit blessed you. Who knows?
Pretty sure I would have remembered.
If you wish to take more lessons regarding archery, I will be here every morning at 11.
I would like to. Yes. It seems that there must be some connection, and I'm interested in how, because you mentioned you are protectors of the wild. I'm interested how that goes. And to be honest, I would like to learn a little bit more about this archery. Feels like something that might be quite handy.
The bronze, swords, labrys, and bow. A sword and shield, two-handed axe, or a bow. Traditional fighting um, garments for Black Furies. Pardon, equipments, not garments. Equipments for the Black Furies.
I'm not very well versed in fighting, but I realize that it's a big part of Garu life, and as a Galliard, I should get more proficient in it. So I want to pick up all weapons. I want to learn how to use them. I want to get better at it.
She nods. You know, where I come from, there is a position in the sept called the Weapon Master. It was in a rune who who was from my tribe and met a Saroon, and he was really good, really efficient with the bow, with his claws, and at the same time, he was extremely efficient with the his sword and shield. He um he was a weapon master because Bonars weren't able to beat him down. I wish there was a position like that in the set as well. You're gonna ask why, and I'm just gonna say, and maybe I could have gone for it.
Well, if you want that and you feel there's need for such a thing here in this sept, you should go talk to the elders.
I want to prove myself first. But thank you. That's a good advice.
Mm, Robin kind of shrugs. It sounds kind of like, dull.
Hmm. I gotta go and talk with my sisters.
Well, thank you for your lessons. It
Thank you
was a
for your
great
company.
honor.
Thank you. Thank you for your company. I see you later, okay?
Yeah, I'll see you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
She drops the bow and leaves.
Mm, Robin will wait until she's gone, and then yeah, slowly walk up to the bow and arrows. Um, Look around one more time to see if anyone is there because it's kind of awkward. And then, yeah, starts practicing how to use a bow properly. And I think with that, we can end the scene. Thank you, ST for STing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This was another scene of Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York.